This is Senior Algebra, section 6.6. We're continuing on solving quadratic problems here. So today we're looking at two problems here. The first one is our consecutive integers problem here that we've done a couple times here. So it says find three consecutive integers such that the sum of the squares of the first and second integers is equal to the square of the third. So a lot of vocab in this one. If I'm looking at this one, I have three different numbers here. Integer number 1, integer number 2, and integer number 3. Now, we don't know anything about integer number 1, so we're going to use that as x. The next one, integer 2, well, it's 3 consecutive, so right next to each other. So we're going to add 1, x plus 1, and then the third one is x plus 2. So I added another 1 here. So I have my three, x plus 1, and x plus 2. So now I have to create an equation here. First thing I like to do is find where the equal sign is. Okay, it's equal to. Then it says the sum. What does sum mean? Okay, sum means addition here. What two things am I summing? What two things am I adding here? I'm adding the squares. Okay, what does it mean to square something? Multiply it by itself, right? How do I square a number? Whatever is there, squared. And then what things am I squaring? I'm squaring the first and second integers. So which is the first integer? That's x. What's the second integer? X plus 1. So I'm going to have x and x plus 1. And then it's equal to the square of the third one. So that's going to be x plus 2 squared. At this point, now I'm just going to go about solving this. I'm going to multiply everything out, so I'm going to FOIL here. Okay. X and x is x squared. X squared plus 2x plus 1. And then x squared plus 4x plus 4. I think just close it, somebody. So I'm going to combine like terms on the left side, 2x squared plus 2x plus 1. And that equals x squared plus 4x plus 4. So at this point, what do I have to do? I have to get everything over to one side. I have to get a 0 on one side, everything else on the other. So I'm going to move everything on the right side over to the left side. When I do this, on the right-hand side, I get 0. On the left-hand side, I get x squared minus 2x minus 3. So now I'm going to solve this. How can I solve it? I'm going to factor it. So I'm going to do guess and check. It's x and x and then negative 3. So that's going to be negative 3 and a positive 1. So I set each of them equals 0. X minus 3 equals 0. And x plus 1 equals 0. So in the first one, I get x equals 3. And I get x equals negative 1. Okay. So I get two possibilities there. If I go back up now, what does it ask me for? It asks me to find all three numbers here. So if I just left it like that, probably get some points taken off here. It asks me to find all three integers. So I have to do it twice. The first one, where x is 3, so that's 3, 4, and 5. Or, if it's negative 1, I'd have negative 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0, and negative 1 plus 2 is 1. So I actually have two sets of answers there. So, example 2 here says, a tennis ball served by certain rims can travel in excess of 180 feet per second. 123 miles per hour. It says if she were to hit the ball directly upward from an initial height of 6 feet, when will the ball at a height be 206 feet high? So first thing, we have to think about projectile motion. Projectile motion is any object moving here. Right now we're just dealing with vertical motion here. So we have a general equation for this. It's negative 16t squared plus v sub 0t plus h sub 0. So we have a couple things that we want to put in there. H sub 0, v sub 0. H sub 0 is the initial height. So what's the beginning height of it? V sub 0 is the initial velocity. Other things in this equation. Well, negative 16. That's the gravity constant. So it's negative. It's pushing it down, right? So if you're to throw a ball up, it's not going to continue to go up. It's going to come down here, right? That's why I say the initial velocity, because the velocity will change. The other things, h and t. Well, h is the height at a certain time, and t is time. So at this point, all I'm going to do is plug the numbers in that I have. H is the height. I don't know what that is at this point. So h equals negative 16t squared plus v sub 0. What's my initial velocity? That's 123 miles per hour, or, because I'm in feet, it's 180 feet per second. My initial height, well, that's going to be 6 feet. So we have to be talking about the same units here. 180 feet per second, 6 feet high. So at this point, that's my general equation. I could put in a certain time, I could find a height, that type of stuff. What am I trying to find? It says, when will the ball be at a height of 206 feet? So the height is 206. So I can put in 206 for h, and then go about solving this. How would I go about solving this? Well, I'm going to look, it's quadratic, it's square, a t squared and a t, so I'm going to move the 206 over to the other side. So I get negative 16t squared plus 180t minus 200. And then I'm going to look to factor it. Now for me, I'm going to get rid of that negative. I'm also, can I take anything out of 16, 180, and 200? I don't think 16 will go into all of those, but I could try it. I think I can take out a 2 at least. If I take out a 2, I have an 8 left, a 90, and a 100. So I think I could take out another 2. I think the largest number I can take out is a negative 4. So I'm going to take out a 4, and I'm going to take out the negative here. So on the left side, 0 divided by negative 4 is 0. Negative 16 divided by negative 4 is 4t squared. Now, things that you'll want to keep in mind here. Oh, plus and a negative. Is that going to be a positive 45t? Again, if you take that negative out, you have to be careful about that. So again, that positive 45t, oh, it's actually negative, right? Because a positive divided by a negative is a negative. So be careful with that. And then negative 200 minus, divided by negative 4 is positive 50. At this point, do you want to do guess and check? Do you want to do factor by grouping? We'll do factor by grouping, so I multiply the first and third together. And I want it to equal negative 45t. So, if I think about this, 50 and 5 here, no, that won't work, right? It's not going to be 50, it's not going to be that, because what? I look at the signs. It's a negative, and that's a positive, so I'm going to have two negatives, so something negative t, something negative t. What two numbers will add to negative 45? Well, 44 and 1, 43 and 2, 42 and 3, 41 and 4, 40 and 5, and keep going on. I think 40 and 5 adds to 45 and multiplies to 200. So I plug those in, and now I do my factor by grouping. I take out the 4t, take out a negative 5, be careful with the signs when you're taking out the negative again. So it looks like I have 0 equals t minus 10 and 4t minus 5. I said each of them equals 0. T minus 10 equals 0 and 4t minus 5 equals 0. So I get t is 10. That I'm going to move the 5 over, so I have 4t equals 5 and t equals 5/4. So I have two answers here, 10 and 5/4. Now, do both of them work? Are they both true here? Do they make sense in the problem here? Well, I'm talking about time, so 10 seconds, 5/4, or 1.25 seconds. Yeah, that would work. Think about, why am I going to have two answers? Or why could I? Well, if I think about projectile motion, it's going up and then coming back down. If the height is at 206 right there, notice it's going to be two different spots here. So you're going to get two answers there.